Good morning, gang. Joyce Welsh at Skipping Calves Farms. Good morning to you. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Oh my goodness. We did get a bit of rain, not a whole lot, but just a tad. And of course, we do have our dewy mornings. And if you can't really see it here, I don't think I can zoom in. That's the sun coming up right there in the middle. Anyway, gang, I've decided, whoops, there we go. I didn't like where we were grazing yesterday, and when the mowing crew went AWOL, they came over into this area where I'm standing now and went after these forbs. I had topped them off with a string trimmer to keep them vegetative, and they've grown about 12 inches in about 10 days. So I decided to change my plans, and so I removed the furthest panel of steps, left these step-ins that were on the far side of the previous paddock, left them in, and then put these in down here close. So I'm gonna have this area available to my mowing crew. This morning it looks like it's the forage that they would choose. It is what they chose when they went AWOL, right? So I want to try and keep as much of this as vegetative as possible for as long as possible. So that's what I'm planning to do, gang. So I've got one reel that I'm tying on over there, coming in and coming around and coming along this east run, and then I will probably cut it off either at this first post or the second post, and then go across to give them a rectangle to eat into. I will probably go from this first post to this pigtail, because I don't want to give them too much, and I want them to focus in on what they need to focus in on. So and then I can expand that down going back towards the semi. So that's the change in my grazing plan for this morning, and that's the thought process behind it. Hopefully that is helpful. Ian Mitchell Innes, I think, is one of the smartest minds in grazing in the world. And one of the things that he says is all of your animals should be able to access the best forage and pasture at all times. And at this point in time, I think that's what I'm trying to do. That will keep it the best pasture, and it'll also give me an opportunity to improve the other. So one of the reasons I've left the sheepfold up where it is and haven't moved it closer is that's kind of a transition zone, gang, on my pasture. So there's green down below it and there's green up above it, but that area right along that middle line there is a little suspect and a little thin. So I thought I would move the sheepfold down that and let their additional urine and manure and trampling try and give me a little bit more of a high density impact in that 256 square foot area inside the sheepfold for a couple of days. So with that, gang, let the mowing crew out. We'll finish putting this up, and until then, blessings for the day and keep chasing the dream.